Hello and welcome back to Culmore Clinic. Over the last year, we have shown you some glimpses into clinical operations during the pandemic. You've seen telemedicine at work, you've seen our re-engineered site, and we've also introduced you to some of our staff that serve our patients now that we're back on site again. I could wax lyrical about the wonders of Culmore Clinic, but today I want to take you inside and introduce you to some of our patients, and they will tell you, in their own words, what Culmore Clinic means to them. So, without further ado, let's go inside. So here we are at patient pod number 1, and I'm just going to knock on the door and see who's inside. Hello. Mr. Dahab, assalamu alaikum. So wonderful to see you here, and thank you so much for being willing to participate in this video. As you know, this video will go to our friends and supporters. We will be sharing some of the voices of our patients at Culmore Clinic, and so thank you very much for agreeing to be part of it. So first of all, tell me, how long have you been with us?
Around 3 years now.
Around 3 years.
Yeah.
And what brought you to Culmore Clinic?
I didn't have insurance before, so somebody recommended Culmore to me. So when I came back, they accepted my all information, so I think number with them.
Right, so yes, not having insurance is very, very difficult for people who want to take care of their health and their general well-being. So, what ways do you feel that being part of Culmore Clinic has made a difference in your life?
Oh yeah, it's too much. Before when I didn't have insurance, it was too hard to go to the doctor or to even purchase a prescription from the pharmacy and stuff like that, because anyway you have to be from the doctor, so it was too hard for me. Especially when you have something like high pressure or diabetes, something like that. That's really too much, yeah. So when I got Culmore Clinic over here, they assisted me too much with that one, even with the prescription too, was the sky one, so it was nice.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, it's very, very difficult to cover the cost of medical treatment unless you do have insurance. So it's wonderful that we can help you in that way. So one last question, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but would you recommend Culmore Clinic to other people that you know?
Yes, I did that already. Yeah.
You did? Oh, great. Oh, that's wonderful. So I appreciate that for sure. And I thank you again, Mr. Dahab, for taking a moment to speak with us, and I wish you well.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
So we're now going down to another patient pod, and we are going to meet one of our Vietnamese patients, Mrs. Nguyen, who is here with her grandson, Hung. Hello.
Hello.
Xin chào.
Xin chào.
How are you? So nice to see you.
How about yourself?
I'm very well, and I am so happy that you are here today and that you're willing to say a few words about Culmore Clinic, so we can share your voice with our donors and supporters at Culmore Clinic. So I really appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much. Mrs. Nguyen, tell me, how long have you been here at Culmore Clinic?
Bà nội làm bệnh nhân ở cái văn phòng với bác sĩ này khoảng bao lâu rồi?
Hình như
là
năm 12 ạ.
Hình như là 8-9 năm rồi phải không?
Năm nào chết năm trước 11 12.
Vậy cũng lâu rồi. So I've been a patient of the Culmore Clinic since 2012. So about 8 to 9 years already.
Yes. You're one of our oldest patients then, I think. Oh, that's great. And what brought you to Culmore Clinic, first of all?
Nguyên nhân gì nó dẫn nội đến văn phòng bác sĩ này?
Cô Yến bên văn phòng gì đó, bên văn phòng của cô Đông á, giới thiệu qua đây. Cô dẫn vô đây.
I was
recommended to.
I was recommended by a friend of mine named Miss Yen, and she had helped me to apply for the Culmore Clinic, knowing that We were facing financial crisis at that time,
Mm-hmm.
so we had no way of affording medicals and treatments. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the main reason why I was able to come here.
Oh, well, I'm so glad you were able to come here and get help. And so I'm curious then, since you came here through a referral, if you were to meet somebody in the community that said to you, I don't have health care, I don't have health insurance, what would you tell them about Culmore Clinic?
Nếu mà nói có gặp một người nào đó mà có vấn đề gì kinh tế mà không thể trả tiền thuốc men hay là đi khám bệnh á, nội ông giới thiệu họ đến đây bằng cách nào?
Thì mình nói lại cái chỗ hội từ thiện tên gì nãy nó quên.
Văn phòng bác sĩ Culmore.
Văn phòng bác sĩ cô bên. Giới thiệu người nào không có y xe ăn á, thì đến đây, ở đây tiếp, và bác sĩ, y tá và các thư ký đồ ở đây người nào cũng tốt hết, tiếp đãi làm hoàng tốt, giới thiệu.
So for those who cannot afford any medical treatments or I guess medications, or you can always come here because everything here is affordable, from getting yourself treated to receiving prescriptions, and on top of that, they also provide good service, especially with the nurse, the employees, and the doctors here. They're very nice.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That makes my heart feel very warm. And I'm sure that the staff will be very happy to hear that too when they see this. So thank you so much for giving me your time, and I appreciate it, and I wish you both well.
Thank you.
Did you say that your grandmother would like to say something else?
Yes, so she would like to thank Ms. Dong and Ms. Yen for recommending us to your doctor's office.
Oh, yes.
On top of that, she also feel grateful and gratitude towards the staff member and for those who have helped us for the past 8 to 9 years.
Aww.
And we hope the best for Culmore Clinic for our futures.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That is beautiful, and I appreciate it so much. And I know that people who watch this will also be very grateful for those words, and I thank you both very, very much. All right, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
So I am now slipping into this other patient pod again, where we are going to meet Mrs. Galdames and her daughter Brenda. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
And here is also Caroline Hillkirk, who is our interpreter manager. How do you say that in Spanish?
Gerente de interpretación.
Oh, there you are. It's wonderful. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm just going to take a little seat. And I'm so appreciative of you coming and sharing with our friends and our donors a little bit about your experience at Culmore Clinic.
Yo aprecio tanto que ustedes han venido para compartir sus experiencias con la gente que dona dinero a la clínica de Culmore.
Sí. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Señora Galdames, how long have you been with Culmore Clinic?
Señora Galdames, ¿por cuánto tiempo usted ha sido paciente en la clínica de Culmore?
7 años.
About 7 years.
7 years. And how did you come to know about Culmore Clinic?
7 años. Entonces, ¿cómo es que usted llegó a saber sobre la clínica de Culmore?
Porque una señora me recomendó y trabajaba mi hija.
A lady working at the clinic, a lady that worked with my daughter.
Brenda, why don't you tell us that story?
I was the server at that time, and I guess I was just out of it, and one of my loyal customers actually asked me what was wrong, and I was telling her that we were just going through hard times because my mom was really sick. But our resources were very limited due to her not having health insurance. And she was like, hey, I know about a place, and she told me about you guys. So I told my mom, and then she came. Yeah.
And you came. Well, that's a great story. And I think referrals and recommendations are what are so important in the community, and trusting people And so, Senora Galdamez, if you saw another person in the community who said, I don't have health insurance, I don't know what to do, I don't feel well, what would you tell them?
Señora Galvez, si usted se encontró con otra persona en la comunidad que dijo, no me siento bien y no sé qué hacer, ¿qué diría esa persona?
Que venga a esta clínica.
That they should come to this clinic.
Yeah.
Recomiendo.
I recommend the clinic.
Okay. What specifically have you enjoyed about your time here?
Específicamente, ¿qué ha disfrutado de su tiempo aquí en la clínica?
Todo, todo. Mi
Everything.
salud, ¿cómo se dice? Las personas que me han tratado, me trataron bien. Yo me he quedado contenta con ellos.
My health, everyone has taken care of me. I've been very happy.
That's wonderful. So I understand, Senora Galdamez, that you are now eligible for Medicaid, and you are now looking for a new provider who will be able to give you care, hopefully as good as at Culmore Clinic. But Brenda, you will be a patient with us still.
And so, Señora Galdamez, yo entiendo que usted ahora es elegible para Medicaid y que usted está buscando un nuevo médico,
Sí.
alguien para cuidarle, y espero que le van a dar un cuidado tan bueno como nosotros.
Eso espero.
Y Brenda, yo entiendo que usted va a quedar, pero como paciente.
That's correct.
Yeah, well, we're very glad to still have you, and Senora Galdamez, we wish you luck finding a great provider and healthcare system now that you are Medicaid eligible. And I want to thank you very, very much for taking the time to come and speak to us about your experience at Culmore Clinic.
Entonces, Señora Galdamez, le quiero desear la mejor suerte en la búsqueda de un nuevo médico, ahora que usted es elegible para el Medicaid. Y les quiero agradecer por su tiempo y les quiero desear todo lo mejor.
Gracias, igual para ellas también. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros. Y ahora sigue mi hija.
Thank you, and same to you as well. Thank you so much for being with us and for taking care of my daughter as well.
It's our pleasure, and thank you, Caroline, for your service too.
Ha sido un placer. It's been a pleasure for me as well.
Well, thank you very much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
So I am now heading back into the second patient pod, and there I see Senora Mannequin. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for agreeing to share some of your thoughts about Culmore Clinic with our supporters and donors. I really appreciate it, and I know you're very busy, so it's very, very gracious of you to do that. So please tell me, Senora Mannequin, how many years have you been with Culmore Clinic?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, and how did you hear about us?
I got it the day of the inauguration to this new location.
Yeah. All right, so that was in 2019, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Now, so you've been with us for 3 years, and last year was a very difficult year. We had the pandemic with COVID, and Culmore Clinic closed its physical doors, but we did open our virtual doors and went into telemedicine. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience over the last year with us?
Well, I was very impressed because I thought that the clinic was not functioning, and then I had received several calls from the doctors, from the person who's in charge of the appointments, and they were taking care of me about the tests that I got since the pandemic started.
Oh, that's great. So you did manage to get some things done, and some important tests done over the course of the year. I'm really happy to hear that. So I know that you're a busy working mom and you've got kids at home, but I'd really like you to talk a little bit about what made you decide to come out today, take time from your busyness, and talk to the supporters and friends of Culmore Clinic about your experience.
Well, I received lots of help from the center since I got enrolled in the center. So then I wanted to do something in return, because basically I wanted to do something to make sure that I'm giving something in return for all the help that I've been receiving during this, especially this difficult time.
Well, those are beautiful words, and I really appreciate them, and I know that both our staff, our volunteer staff, our paid staff, and our board, and all of our friends and supporters will really be very, very happy to hear that. And we're so grateful to have had the opportunity to serve you in that way. Any final thoughts for everyone?
Well, I just want to thank everybody and ask if they could continue to get help us, because as a single mother, I cannot even thank them enough for all the support that they're giving to the center and to the people like me who can afford the health insurance. But I'm more than happy to come here and just to thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you, and you are so very, very welcome. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed meeting some of our patients and hearing what Culmore Clinic means to them. Of course, none of this would be possible without you. So from all of us, thank you. Until next time.